Only need to look outside to see how smoky it is. It's been that way for a while, and it's not likely to change anytime soon. Eyewitness News 3 reporter Rachel Fabi talked with a professor at the University of Idaho about the effects it can have on humans.
Studies suggest that when humans are exposed to wildfire smoke, they can start to develop respiratory ailments. And so we see that in the literature that the number of hospitalizations or ER visits or doctor visits attributed to respiratory conditions increase when exposed to wildfire smoke, especially particulate matter from wildfire smoke.
While that might be concerning, it's not just humans who are being affected. The smoke can also be affecting your morning breakfast routine. In a study done last year by the University of Idaho, they monitored 20 dairy cattle during last year's fire season, from about July to the end of September.
We took blood samples and monitored these animals before, during, and after this smoke event. And what we found was that when cattle were exposed to this poor air quality from wildfire smoke, they actually produced less milk, about 3 pounds per day less milk during the wildfire episode. That didn't fully recover even 2 weeks after air quality had increased back to normal, typical conditions.
They also found some changes in immune cell populations and markers of inflammation that may contribute to disease.
Now, we have not quite made that connection yet between disease potential or disease risk and these changes that we're seeing in immune function. However, there is a possible link there. And so our next sort of series of questions is going to be addressing that. Is there a link there? Do these changes associated with wildfire smoke exposure actually precipitate the development of disease conditions in dairy cattle?
She also warns this study is new and still ongoing.
Our study that we conducted last year was very preliminary. We only had about 20 animals. So really we need to scale up and see if these patterns exist across a larger number of animals. And that's exactly what we're doing this year. And we will probably continue this research into the foreseeable future as long as we have funding available.
As for the prices of milk,
at least for dairy cattle, the $1 million question is, what can we tell producers? And as I mentioned, we're just not quite there yet. We need a little bit more research to guide our recommendations.
They're also researching how it affects other animals as well. In Idaho Falls, I'm Rachel Fabi.
A Fort Hall man is facing charges after hitting an Idaho State Police trooper while running from a traffic stop. ISP says the trooper had stopped a car near the intersection of Yellowstone and Chubbuck Road when the driver, identified as